Hi friends, in the previous section we have seen how to use stepstone.de and all its filter features so that we can actually search for job with our preferences and in a particular location. So in this section we're going to look at LinkedIn, XING and Average Agentur websites, and we'll learn how to use filters in those websites. Most of them are going to be pretty familiar and similar ones with regards to the stepstone.de, and there are only simple nitty-gritty details that vary, but let us take a look at all those websites. So here I have opened the Bing and I just browsed for LinkedIn, and you can see that it is coming up with this job title here, job section, and I would recommend you to remove that location and just put as Germany. So you can look for all those job postings in Germany, and here you can see the number of job postings and all those things. So if you are looking for a particular area of job, then you can also put that. So you can say SAP material management. This is an example. So this is a very niche area, and you can see in Germany there are 93 positions around this particular skill set. So you can see any time is where when it was actually posted. So you can see any time is 93, and in the past week 18 have been posted. And here for all these job postings, these are the most of the companies that are actually offering that. And you can use this filter to check in which city actually these postings are coming from, and job type is a full-time or part-time, or is it a contract part. So you can filter it with the full-time, that means that is a permanent role offering. And you can see associate and mid-level, is it an on-site one or a remote one. On-site means that you have to go to the office, and hybrid means you have to go to the office and you should be able to work from home as well, but once in a week or at least twice in a month you might have to visit your office based on the requirement. So this is how you can actually filter those postings. And as I mentioned, you should be able to clearly see how the content, what is the description of the job and what are the requirements they are looking at and all those things. So if you look at the normal other postings, you see this Volkswagen part and it is in German, and in this case I would recommend you to use this feature of translate to English, which is going to translate the whole thing into English part so that you will be able to easily understand it. So you can always switch back to original here. So this way you will be able to easily understand the job description, and you will be able to understand if this is relevant for you or not. So this is about the LinkedIn part. And remember, as Stepstone.de, LinkedIn also offers you a kind of newsletter basis of pushing the email to you whenever a new posting is coming into that category. So you should sign in and opt for that particular feature. Then you will be able to create a job alert. So you can see this sign in, create job alert is what they are offering directly, which is going to be very helpful for you to look at your emails every day and see what are the new postings that are coming in, so that you don't have to visit these websites explicitly. Only when you are interested in that particular job opening, then you can actually click on that and navigate to that. Now let's go ahead with the XING part, and you can also see this location. And for now, let's not look at the location. Mostly XING is going to be focused on the Germany or Austria and Switzerland part of job market. And let's take senior software engineer. Okay, senior software engineer, and I'm going to put remote, part-time, flexible. So you can just search for it, and you can also search for embedded engineer or something like this, and you have this exactly the same kind of filters that are available in other websites, and you will be able to see all those postings here. So you might be tempted to look at these salaries at first, and then you might be thinking, okay, they are offering very high salaries, but remember, there is always a catch. So don't get tempted if you see a salary higher than 125 or something like that, but always be a bit rational whether this kind of salary is really relevant for this kind of position or not. And it also depends on the location where you're going to work. So it is very important to have a good understanding of this market and consciously choose those job offerings. So if somebody is offering too low, then definitely it is important to ignore those postings, because even though if you get selected, the salary might not be sufficient and it won't be even fulfilling experience for you. So So I would recommend you to be conscious about it. But at the initial level, if you're seeing a very high numbers, 125 or something like that, there might be catch. But if you're applying for executive positions, naturally the salaries are a bit high. But then again, a language is going to be one of those criteria, because you might have to speak to the German customers or clients who expect you to speak good German to have a good communication with them. So this is the XING, and you can also set up the filter. You can see that you get the latest result for software engineer. When you press this, is also going to activate those newsletters for you, pushing those job alerts to your email directly. So I would recommend to use these features. And here we go with the Arbeitsagentur, and here I can say embedded engineer and software engineer in hardware, and I'm not giving any city or zip code. So initially, if you want to move to Germany, I would not recommend to search in a particular area, because you might be missing out on the other areas as well. So these are very location specific, and you can use the filters here. So you can also use this Munich area and all those things, but avoid using specific city, because you want to have a broader look at the whole market. And then time limit, you have this unlimited means permanent role, temporary means they are looking at a candidate on a contract basis or something like that. And as I mentioned before, I would not recommend you to filter based on the industry, because IT is one of the departments in every industry. But if you're particularly working in chemical industry or a manufacturing industry where your skill set can only be associated with one particular industry, then do that. And you can see discipline, electrical engineering, employer, who is the employer. So these are the employers that are currently offering the positions, so you might be able to filter them clearly. So what the Ferschau, GmbH and Brunel, these are the consulting companies who offer the talent to the companies. They have a very vast network of bigger companies who offer good salaries. So these are also good companies where you can approach them, and they will actually distribute your profile to various companies, and then they try to match your talent and speak to the management there to place you there. Don't miss out on them as well to broaden your perspectives. And you can see the career status, leadership responsibility, if you are asked to lead or not. So these are all the filters that you can use. This is a very good website because they have a reach into very smaller areas of the Germany as well. So I would strongly recommend you to use this website as well when you're looking for more chances into the rural areas of Germany as well. So this is a very good website, and I recommend you to also upload your profile into this website, because sometimes employers also look for candidates on this website to look for talent locally. So I would strongly recommend you to take a look at this. I'm not sure if you have this push notification feature or not, but I think you can actually explore this and set yourself some alerts. So you can, as a private person, you can register, and then you can also switch to English, but mostly English is not recommended on the sites, because not all the pages are properly translated, or sometimes the English content might be missing. In that case, German would be better, and I would recommend you to use the translate part for you to take advantage of this website. So for the job browser and other websites like monster.de, it's a very similar experience, and use those filters and start looking for job openings. But my strong recommendation for you is to look at the setting where you can set it as an email alert, so that you receive those alerts of new postings every day to your email. So that's all for this section. Thanks a lot. Bye.